not a PMU this year, but prior to this year, last year, he contributed in all different possible ways towards the implementation of this particular scheme. So now I request sir to please take over and continue with the session.
Hello everyone, Jaiwant. Just want to have a look to everyone here. I'll be covering for next with you. Going through VIM editor, right? In fact, yesterday Arvind sir has spoken about it. In fact, command line and the importance and how beneficial it is when we go for, automation, right? So, basically, when we talk about VIM editor, right? When we speak about VIM editor actually is a VI editor, right? With improvised or with multiple facilities added to it, right? So it is called VIM, right? And what is there in that? Right? It is basically, when you operate itself, you can find out the difference between when you operate Microsoft Word and when you operate this VIM, right? VIM editor. So itself, and then the next part is the practice matter. It is not that within 1 hour you are going to master it. In fact, I will try my best as much as possible. We can cover it. Right? Just open. Let us go to a little bit about its script. It's an improvised version written by Brian Molina, and it was released first in 1991. Then, learning objective to get smoothened with VIM editor. In fact, it's not like what we use conventionally, right, in Microsoft Word. It's a bit different. That's what yesterday somebody asked Arvind sir. What about writing the file from here this side? So he said it will be covered through. So we'll definitely go through that. If at all you want to use it, of course most of the PCs will have this VIM version. But if somebody wants to practice in Microsoft Word also, you can download it from this particular website, right? Then this is the way how. Yesterday also you have accustomed with this kind of thing, right? These are the commands which can, it will allow you to install if it is already there, right? So, okay, so this is important because those parts, installation and all, if you want to practice also here, it will be there. But when it comes to, what exactly is there in VIM, right? VI editor. We have here the understanding the VIM modes. Now this is the one of the very important step, right? Understanding the mode. What happens is actually there are 2-3 modes are there. In fact, there are 2 modes. One is command line, where you normally type the commands, right, to manage the editor, right? Manage the editor in the sense like if you want to create a file, or if you want to quit from the editor, all that is something is there in command line. Then sometimes you have escape mode also. you have escape mode also. If you try to do something typing in escape mode, it will not come on the screen. So sometimes what happens, you go on typing, and you feel that at last nothing is displayed on the screen. So it actually you will get it through practice. It is not that one day story you will read it here, you will understand it, but next day you will forget it. So it's a matter of practice, right? And also exploration. You also need to explore many things, right, in this. Because there are so many commands are there for one purpose, 2-3 ways you can use, right? This is overall what actually can happen in VIM, right? Understanding the VIM modes, that, as I said earlier, it's very important to know in which mode you are, right? Entering the insert mode in the VIM, right? Then, okay, this is also one of the part of the mode, right? Where you actually type the data into that editor, okay? Excuse me. This is what there in that. Okay, the second part, third part, going back to the command mode. Like if you are there in the text mode, that is editing mode, where you insert mode, you call it as insert, replace mode. You also call it, that's also one more thing, virtual. It's also called as virtual mode, right? So because it depends on how you use it and what you actually want to do in that mode, right? So based on that, you have to use this mode, right? Then you have moving around the view, okay? This motion command, right? Movement commands. That means suppose you have typed something and you want to move within the editor, right? So you cannot use it with insert mode. Remember that. You have to come to out of the insert mode, go to the escape, and then you use it. It's very important. Otherwise, you will start damaging your data. It could be dangerous also. Like it may lead in using the data. Okay. Now, actually, this is just roughly I am doing it. In fact, in detail we will be going ahead. Then undo your changes. You can undo your whatever. Suppose you have done something, you can undo it. You know that very well. Deleting. If at all you want to delete something, you can do that. Copy pasting. One of the very important. It's not similar to some extent. It is similar, but there are certain different things are there. Right? It is connected to delete here. Whereas in Word, delete command is not connected to the paste. Here, delete command is connected to the paste. Okay? Yeah, delete command. You will come to know later. Right? Then, searching for the text. Searching for the text in VIM. This is find and replace. Right? This is find and replace. Many of you might have used Microsoft Word, find and replace, right? This is find and replace, but there you have to go to that option, right? Then that window comes, you have to enter and all. Here within one line you can do it, right? So that is the advantage of this. That's what yesterday Sir said, the power of this particular VIM editor, right? Anyway, I'll just go ahead in detailing. You can see here, understanding the VIM mode. Is it visible here? Highlighted is not visible, correct? Yeah. Now? Yeah. VIM commands you should know, right? Anyway, yeah. The modes, as we said earlier, very important. Very important. I'll tell you why. There is a chance of losing the data if you don't know in which mode you are operating, right? So you must know in which mode you are actually there. Okay. Based on that, you will be doing that operation. It is like that. Okay. So you have to be very careful and alert. Okay. You have to observe when you are doing this, when you are doing some editing and all. You should know. So first is command line mode. The command line mode will be there. Beginning. Actually, in that's what I have found. when I explored the data, I explored about this beam and all, that everybody keeps the name for this mode as per their convenience. Okay. So there is also something like downline commands. The other name is there. So actually, command line mode means you give commands which can be helpful to save the file, okay, to rename the file, to delete or to come out from there via editor and all, right? Then you have a command mode where actually escape mode, and then you go to insert, and of course insert I have separately mentioned here because it's very important to know the escape and the insert, replace and virtual. Virtual also I had displayed earlier differently here, I mean separately here. That's because it has slightly different from the insert mode. Okay, so you will come to know. I'll just try to cover it as fast as possible. Yeah. Command line, opening the file, saving the file, quitting VI. If you want to quit VI, you can quit in several ways. You can quit just like that, okay, without saving the file. You can quit by renaming the file, by giving the file to the editor, whatever the text you have typed, right, for file, document, right. And there's some other commands are also there, which may not be useful for us, here. Now, command line modes. You can see that colon, right? Colon. You just remember it now. It will come to that part, right? Now, when you use this colon, W is there, right? W is there to save the file and remain in the editing mode. Then we have a colon WQ to save the file and quit editing mode. Okay? We have X there, which saves the file and quit again editing mode. Something like a WQ. WQ is there. Then you have a Q there, plain Q, right? To quit editing mode when no changes are made. You would like to change this place? Then colon Q, exclamation marks, right? To quit editing mode without saving changes made in the file. In case you have made some gadbad there, right? And you just don't want to go out of it, that mess. You can use this. Many times it is helpful. Because sometimes you do something, you don't know what you are doing, and you change your previous settings or whatever text and all, you want to go out, right? So you can use this colon Q and exclamation marks, right? Then save as the file name. This is also helpful. In case when you enter into that and you don't know, you have not given the file name. While using it, you can name the file, okay? I'll just show you. So then, because there's a beginning of this slide, I have told you, that two colons, right, where it comes into picture, right? So we'll go to that. Yeah. This is something, the script looks like. Okay, this Windows. Okay. In this, I type VIM because I have already installed it. You can see that it looks like that. Here. Okay. This is the VIM editor. Okay. In this, now the two things which you have to remember. Again, I am coming to the mode. Very important, right? If you want to go to the saving file or quitting, right? You have to use colon command. Okay. Colon command. How to go? Just type two colons, right? You can see here. I think many of you will not able to see, but I'll just here. Can you see here? Two colons are come there, right? Okay. corners. Now these two dots, just before that, we need your can you see here? Right. So possibly this command will come here. I'm saying possibly it will be just assure what you want. So this is the place where you have to use command line mode, right? Mode commands. Okay. Then you want to go to the now escape mode, right? You want to start typing, right? So you have to go to escape. Press escape. When you press escape, it will go there, and you have to press I. Right? Can you see here? When you press I, it will display here insert, right? This corner here, left hand side down. When I press I, it displayed here this mode, insert mode. Okay? You have that? Along with that. VIM is there. You have the link. John? So here I can actually type Can you see here? I have typed now. It allows me to type, right? But if I go to escape, I'll just see. I'll go to escape and I'll see typing. Actually, it will put some characters or not. Some characters are connected to some command, and it will do some naughty things, right? So you have to be very careful if you are using this escape mode, right? See this, how I am pressing backspace, correct? I am pressing backspace. But if I go to insert, now I am pressing backspace, see it is deleting, correct? So if I am there in insert, it will, all this editing command, actual editing command, character, word, line, editing command will work, right? If I go out of it, that means in escape mode, then this will not ever. You will not able to type and all, right? You can only control it. You can motion, you can shift the cursor, okay? Then, anyway, right, okay. So I am in insert mode. That is why it is happening here. You can see here, it is in insert mode, right? Yeah, any doubt? Yeah, now go to escape. Just be careful whether you are there in the insert. Understood, no? So can you try both and just check? Just try both. It will overwrite. Replace means it will overwrite. And insert means the further characters, it will move as you insert some characters there. Correct? Just try it out. Insert and replace. There is some computers, they have only VI. In VI, it will not show that this classic, that insert and all. It will not display. So you have to use keyboard insert key. And on keyboard insert key, when you have to type and check. You have to press keyboard, insert from the keyboard, type something. It will go further, right? When you type, as you type, it moves further. It means it is an insert, right? If it overwrites on the other character, then it is in replace mode. Okay, then it is in replace mode. Okay, so I'll just move ahead because time is not permitting. If you have any difficulties later on, we can check or you can. Yeah. Visual mode. Now, because VI is there, VIM is not there. Some of you will not able to see this, right? VI mode, virtual mode, right? If you press V, you are able to select particular line or particular word, right? So you just remember it. You can practice it later on also, right? Only thing you should remember: escape, insert mode, right? How to go to insert mode, then how to come back to the escape mode, and then from escape mode, how to come back to the colon mode. In case you want to quit, you want to save and quit, whatever you want to do, right? Okay. Now, these are the motion commands. Now, can you tell me in which mode this motion command is expected? Which mode? One is colon, for your understanding, colon, right? One colon mode, right? Then you have escape mode, correct? And third is insert mode, right? Okay? Can you tell me this movement command in which mode it should come? Visual is not covered. Escape mode, right? It will come in escape mode. So when you press escape, you can move this particular. Now here, HJKI is used, right? These letters are used to move. Okay? You can try it out. Just try it out. Go to escape mode and try. Provided, can you type some 2 lines there? First you have to have some data, no? Please type something there. I'll give you some 2 minutes for that. Otherwise you will not understand, what exactly you are doing. Down, right? No, don't, yeah, you have to, no. Yeah. L, sorry, L, it is there, sorry, it is there. So it looks same. I will take you to the insert. JKL. Okay. It's working? Sir? It's working? Okay. It's working. Because instead of using arrow keys, you can use these keys also. But arrow keys also works. Right? Somebody will say why this was there. Because when they invented, those keyboards were not there. With arrow keys. So they came up with this solution. That is why you can, if you on the keyboard you will be able to see that one mark on the J. Other commands are there, okay, so no need of writing everything and all. Everything is going further. Motion command. Besides, this motion command, you have H, L. I will share this PPT, so you will get all the contents and all the commands and all. You can write out at your place. So H is there. L is there, M, this is basically moving the cursor, right, when you are typing and all. Then 2 brackets, square brackets, 2 closing square brackets, ng is there. It helps to move to line number n. Okay, so you can also give the lines to this here. Suppose here, right? You can see here, and you can actually put a number here. Okay, but with in case you have any doubt, because otherwise you will forget what currently you are doing. Okay. So now, these are some few more commands where motion is involved, right? Where you can move the cursor. Okay. Control D is there. Control D is there. Then you have Control U, and Control F is also there, and B. Like this, actually there is a set of n number of commands are there. Moving command is not important. What you want, right? Whatever your requirement is there, based on that you have to use. Then W, right? W is there for word to move cursor to right one. These are small commands are there. Like sometimes not actually useful, but can't say situation may arise like you may be useful. So if you want to move the cursor to the right one word at a time, right? You can do it with W is there, then B is there, right? E is there, which moves the cursor to the last character of the current word. Sometimes some last word is there, and you want to add something, right? You want to add something to that word. Word I am saying, not line. So you can take to the last letter of the word and then start it. So that will help you to adjust to that word. Many possibilities are there. When you are working with variety of experiments or automations or maybe programs and all, right? So there are chances that any situation may arise, right? So possibly everything it covers. There's so many other commands are there, right? Then you also have some editing command which helps you to, like for example, there is a command, right? There is a command where you can actually, just typing, like if you go to say Word, what we do normally, we want to copy, right? We select the content, right? We select the content. And what we do, then we go to the new place, correct? And then what we do, we paste it, right? Here, that gendered is not there. You have to press YY there in front of the line. Go to the new line, and there is a command called as one letter P. Just put P there. Full line will come. There is no range, no marking at all. But similar thing can be done in virtual mode. Now some of you, it is displayed here in virtual mode, but some people don't have that. In virtual mode, actually you can, select the content, and then suppose you want to select more than one line, right? Maybe one line, two lines, continuously, and then you can paste it. That is also possible. Like in Word and all, to do particular job, particular task, you have more than two options. That you know very well. Here also similar things are, but you should know how to use it. That technique you have to develop, because in fact VI editor is not, it's a common editor. You have to specialize your technique, you have to develop the technique to handle this, right? And as sir said yesterday, Arvind sir had given a lot of information how it is used for technological purposes. So continue. Insert mode, you have to go to the escape mode, okay, and then you press there YY. Otherwise what will happen, if you don't shift to the escape mode, your YY will come into that editor. So you have to be very careful about this. Okay, so I did that thing. I put the cursor to the beginning of the line, press Y and went to the new line, a new T, just T. Now while using Q also again the point, you have to go to the escape mode. Otherwise that T will display, it will get tagged. Otherwise, please type some letters, some line or something. Otherwise, you will not able to. See, what you can do is. Hello. What you can do is, I have already tagged. This is my first program. I mean, that S is gone because I am showing something there. So I will type it back. Took the cursor to the beginning of the line, right? The first line, okay? Don't concentrate on other line, first line. That time these lines were not there, right? And then I went to the escape mode and I pressed Y. Okay? Then I went to the insert mode, I went to the place where I want to paste that. I went to the place, then I went back to the escape mode and pressed E. So YY and P, you have to type in escape mode, right? Otherwise, what will happen? If you are in insert mode, what will happen? This is type the thing. That will be a. Okay. Anyway, we'll go ahead. You can see here. Press W to move cursor to the right one word at a time. Maybe you can try it out. Suppose if mouse will not work, mouse doesn't work. So like cursor is blinking there in middle of first, right? Let's try. This W is there, right? Press W to move the cursor to the right one word at a time, right? So you can see it has went to the next right hand side word, first letter of the right hand side. Have you seen it? Yes? Hello? There. Sir, teach. Yeah, okay. So again I will show you. I'll go to insert mode and then I'll shift it here. Say for example, I'm in third word, right? I'm in third word, right? This is the third word. I will use now this W is there, right? And I'll go to escape mode. If I press W, what will happen? Now, if without going out of the insert, what will happen? It will type there W. So you have to go back to the escape mode, right? And then press W there. Yeah. So now it has gone to here because it was out of, it was in space, right? Now, if it is here, again I will press, go to escape mode and press W here. You can see it has gone to H, right hand side word of that particular word where existing, I mean where that cursor was there. Okay? Correct? Okay, fine. Now, we'll go to the next part. This all you can try and share the PT with you all. Right. Okay, this is also there. Can you try this cap? See what happens. This cap to move cursor to the start of the current line. Okay. These are all motion. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not shift. It's just care. You have to go to escape mode and then press care. Escape mode. There is no shift. Shift is not there. Okay. You can try it out. Then here also some motion commands are there. You have to wrap it up because sir is waiting. Okay. He will go to conduct the further session. Because this is all actually concerned with the practice. Okay, commands will be there. Even if you go on website and all, command will be available. Only thing, when first time, when you don't know this mode and all, then there is a problem. Some guidance is needed. Right. This is insert mode. What I told you, right? Editing command. You also have the append mode. It's similar. Append means it will going to add to the end of the line. Okay. Then whatever data you type, no, it will go to append it, right? Yeah, this is undo. Many times it is helpful, right? Just now we discussed beginning only, right? Suppose you do some math and all, you just want to come out. That is about a file. But here also sometimes it happens, right? You do something and you don't want that, and you don't know to come out of from the random math. You just go for undo, right? Then you have undo all changes to entire line. Okay. Delete a single line, which I did. I think there somewhere with one of the TFGs, right? You can see here U, small u is there, capital U is there, DD is there, NDD is there, capital T. Delete content of the line after the cursor. Okay. Suppose your cursor is there, you go to escape. Don't type T again. Otherwise, that capital D will come in your text, right? So what you have to do is you go to escape mode. Don't forget that fellow, escape mode, right? And then you use capital D. Then the next part of it, after the cursor, no, it will delete, right? Editing text. Delete DW is there. DW will delete one word at a time. Then delete n number of the word. Now n is what? What is that n? That number, actual number. So this is not a command. Be careful. DW is a command, but n is a number. Okay? So you can put there somewhere. Okay? Note down there. And n is number. And DW is not a command. Okay? DW is a command, but n is a number. Then small x is there. Deleting each character. Capital X is there, deleting the character before the cursor. These are all possibilities, right? The small r is there, capital R is there, overwrite character from the cursor onward, right? These are all some more, many other actually commands. You have to practice it. So I hope you can, because otherwise it will not come in your hand. It will be a big mess, when you. An application will be given and you have to do the program and all. That time it will face a problem. So please do practice with that. Okay. This is actually very interesting. Changing the cases, right? You can change the case. The first is that wavy, right? So yeah, correct. So what tilde here? So you can use this tilde to actually change the toggle case. It is connected to the toggle, right? It's connected to toggle. So either you can select it by visual mode, and then you can use it. Okay. So first what you have to do is you have to select. Selecting, you can use visual mode. When you use the visual mode and then move further, then it will go to select. Press enter, it will go to select. Okay. Then 3 and that tilde will be there. Toggle case for the next 3 characters. These are all possibilities. Sometimes not useful. Okay. G tilde 3 W is there. Toggle case for the next 3 words. These are all toggling. Toggling means what you know. Suppose whatever is the upper case, it will become a lower case. Okay. Which is the lower case will become the upper case. Right. Changing the cases, right? Now this is something which they are the same. Okay, they are the same. But there is a replace. I have already given that color there. You can see that replace with U to convert to lowercase. So tildes we have to replace with U, small u. If you want to bring it to lowercase, and you can use capital U to bring it to uppercase. Okay. So these commands are there. You can see here, right? Nicely I have framed it so that change case character under the cursor or visually selected character, right? So lowercase is U or capital U. Full table it is. Everything is there. Okay, all these commands, what action will happen, and these are the commands for lowercase and uppercase. Okay? Right. Okay, this is what I was actually I spoke about it, that here in Word there is a separate command for cut paste, correct? No? Right? Here that is not there. Here what you delete will be taken as a cut. Okay? What you delete will be taken as a cut. And then you go to the target place and paste. Any doubt? Just now what
Sir, but if I want to keep it, copy and then paste it.
Correct. But then it is there, no, bye. I showed you some, I'll show you that. Here, I have done this, all these lines, no, I have done by using that bye. Again I'll delete it. Now I'll delete this. I'll go to escape mode, press DD. See, it is deleting. I am using from escape mode, I am using D. It is deleting, right? Now I will go to insert mode because I want to type that I there. Okay, now my sentence is complete there, right? Now I am going to copy it. So I have to go to escape mode. Now if I don't go to escape, you know very well now. What will happen again? It will type that YY will type in that text mode, right? So I go to escape mode and press YY. And now I am going to insert mode. And press P. But how I have to press P? Go to the escape mode, right? See. Okay? Now, this is where your previous copy is retained there. Correct, no? Your doubt is clear? Very good. So, your previous copy will be retained there. The new copies will be pasted wherever you want, right? So,
when you delete one by one, then first time when you say D, one entire line goes. Again when you press D, second line goes.
yeah.
It is storing all those lines, so it is replacing it again.
See, what happens, there is something called, what is the concept of cut paste and copy paste underground, what is happening? Do you know that?
Yes.
What happens? They actually answer this because he came out with that training. What happens actually in cut paste, copy paste? What is happening? There is a buffer there. It will store in that buffer, clipboard. It's called as clipboard. Here also there is something called as clipboard, right? So possibly it will store. That is why it can print. It can
Also, it is storing in one line, or say if I want to.
We can try it out. Okay? We can try it out. How many lines I have deleted now? Many lines, right? How many lines are? Doubt is clear? On the spot. Right? So all those 4 lines, 5 lines will not get printed there. Right? So whatever the earliest line is there. Earliest line.
Those lines had different.
Because here what happened, all lines were same, similar. So you could not able to find a different, right? Anyway, I'll continue because you can see a find and replace, right? This is a what? This is what? Word, right? Now you have similar thing in here. This is a minor thing from one vector, right? But you go to the major part is here. Find and replace. Okay? So these are the commands. I cannot do it because of shortage of time. You can actually practice it. But whenever the next session will be there, based on this VI, that time we can cover it. Okay? I'll be there here. Part of VI. So absolutely no problem, right? So actually this, you can see what actions is very clearly written there, right? So this command is going to substitute new string for the first occurrence of the old string in the current line. Okay. Similar, you can go to next S and G is there extra. Can you see that G? Yes. Global. G for global. Yeah. Substitute new string for all the occurrences of old string in the current line. So this actually both things talks about a current line. Okay. What about a complete whole file? So many lines will be there, right? And it will be tedious to change and all, right? Finding. So you can use percent is come there. Percent is that complete file. Additional character percent is come. Where substitute new string for all the occurrences of the old string in the whole file, right? Similarly, you also have GC. What is the GC? Possibly, can you guess? Of course, it is given there. So actually, I wanted to remove it, but accidentally I have. And one more question I wanted to, but since we have not done the practice here, we didn't get much time. On some other. So actually, this is a confirmation. You remember there is a word also. You know, option it can ask you whether to replace or not. Right? The same thing is. Right? So this also is one of the important thing, right? Important commands which you can try at home. Okay? And this is a standard general command I have given you, right? Okay. You know, the last thing is, sir had done yesterday all commands. If it is needed, or if there is a requirement of your work or task, where you want to run your Unix commands there, or sorry, after it is same thing, Linux commands there, right? Then what you will do? In your tag, or maybe you are writing some program, and you want to do something related to operating system, right? So those Linux commands, which yesterday sir had covered, right? You can use those in your tags, or maybe whatever the task you are doing there, by using this type exclamation and then the command. This is also very important now, please note down. Because this kind of thing will not be very rare. Right? So if you want to run your command, Linux command, operating system command in VIM editor, whatever the task program or anything you have written, you have to start with exclamation mark followed by the command. So I have, as a part of example, like I have taken TWD there. Yesterday, right? Yesterday sir had covered that TWD and other commands also. And then, yeah, thank you.